Hi, welcome to this class. Very short sequence just about the quads, the front of our thighs that do get tight a lot and they cause a lot of trouble in the knees and the hips. A lot of times when we do sports, they tighten up, or just, by walking, standing, doing the wrong kind of movement in our feet. We're going to use a rolled blanket and potentially a foam roller if you have that. You can use a rolled towel as well. And we're going to get started right away. So we're going to sit down, legs long, knees on the rolled blanket, and I'm going to start by activating the quads. So I'm going to lift my feet up. My hands are next to my hips. I'm going to try and stay straight in the spine. Lift the arms and maybe add some movement in the feet just to feel that activation. I like to press the insides of my feet forward and the outsides, rotate them in and out, circle, whichever one feels good to you. And you probably feel a lot of heat coming up right away. So release after a while, take a few breaths, and then just move the feet gently. Make sure that you're really releasing the toes, right? So everything's connected. The thighs are connected to the feet as well. We're going to come into all fours now and move the blanket in front of the knees so that we can slowly release down onto the blanket with the blanket just above our knees. And then we're going to lie on the belly here. Hips are lowered, and make sure that the lower back is not compressed. So if you feel compression in the lower back, you might not want to do this exercise. I'm starting to lift my left foot and I'm trying to get a hold of that foot. Now this might be too much. You might not be able to do that. You can vary. I'm going to show you a variation in a second. If you do manage to get into this position without your knee hurting, I would like you to bring a little more weight into the left side of your hip so that you can really feel the tops of your thighs opening up here. Take 1, 2, maybe 3 breaths. See how that feels and start releasing again. Now this is the second variation. If you can't get a hold of your feet, just bend your knees and then press the left side of your hip down as well. Right? I want you to have your feet relaxed in this one. Now I'm coming back to number 1, other side, so you can hold onto the right foot. Rest your head down. Make sure that your upper body is soft as you gently press the heel or pull the heel towards the glute. And you can press the right side of your body down gently here, so you feel how the blanket gives you a little bit more of a deeper stretch. Now again, if you do variation number 2, you can lift your feet and then press into the right side of the hip. This is a little bit more gentle on your knees if you do have knee pain, knee injury. And then maybe take a breath with your legs long. Release your thighs for a second. And when you feel ready to move on from here, press down through your hands and gently move up into all fours. No rush. And in this next one, we're going to start with just a test. See if you can sit on your heels comfortably. And then if you can't, if it feels like too much, I have my toes curled. For this one, it doesn't really matter. If this is too much, slide a blanket under your thighs, right? And you can make that a bigger blanket. You can even use 2 blankets. And I'm coming back with my hands here. You might stay at center, and this might be a lot for your thighs already. If you want to walk your hands back, be gentle. Again, watch your knees, press your knees down, and potentially even lift your hips up eventually. All right, so these are all variations of the same kind of idea. And then you're going to walk the hands back and slowly stretch one leg out. Again, watch your knees here, flex into that foot, that right foot in the case, with the right leg that's stretched. And then again, you might stay here or you might walk back. This is Supta Virasana. And maybe lean back a little bit. If it feels good, press the left knee down a little bit more, and that's going to give you an even more intense stretch. Now you want your chest to widen towards the ceiling. You want to stay wide in the front of your body. Maybe even look up, but please don't drop the head back. And then you can walk your hands back and switch. I like to come back into seated on the heels, readjust the blanket if necessary, stretch the left leg out, flex into that left foot, and then see how this side feels, right? So if you do feel knee pain on that side, come out of this position again, maybe come back to your belly. Press the right knee down if it's okay in your knee. Look up. See if you can release the chest, draw shoulders back here. Left toes are pointing towards you. 1, 2, maybe 3 breaths in this asana. And you're welcome to stay longer if it feels good, but only if it feels good. And then make your way back into a tabletop from here. Take the blanket to the side now. And we're going to come to the foam roller. Now, if you don't have a roller, you might want to use 2 tennis balls, actually. And you can place them in front of your knees just as you're placing the roller right here. And then you're going to release your thighs on top of the roller. And you want the roller to be just above the thighs. So please never go onto the knee with the roller, always from above the knee towards the hip. And you're going to start just rolling a couple of times forward and back on your forearms. And as you can see, I'm lifting my feet and I bring my feet out wide and then I cross my feet so that you feel it goes a little bit more first to the outside and then to the inside of the leg. Now, this is really all about what feels best for you. So you can try out moving the weight from one side to the other on the roller. You can stay still wherever it feels tightest. And then see if you can breathe into that area that feels tight and release a little bit more here. Now, as you're rolling, we're working with awareness. So see if you can keep the shoulders slightly engaged. You're pressing into the forearms. Even as you're releasing the legs, create awareness for the rest of your body. Now, you can do this for way longer than I just demonstrated. Or you can come out and start sitting again on your foam roller. This is another variation that feels nice, especially if you feel very tight in the quads. You can come up a little higher, and then I like to kind of give my front of the thigh a little bit of a massage. And just slide it out. Let your shoulders rest. Release the rest of your body. Thank you so much.